Welcome to Break a Wish, the podcast where all your dreams come true, but with terrible, ironic consequences. I'm your host, Maddox Campbell. On each show, we take a magic wish and try to come up with the perfect ironic cost. The idea is that knowing the wish's cost, it'd still be a tough call whether you take that wish or not. Last week we had, you can shapeshift into anyone humanish, no chairs or buildings, but every time you do, your voice changes randomly and permanently. We had 50-50 split on Twitter, but 66% rejected it in the Facebook discussion group. Like we talked about in the episode, many people mentioned that they needed their specific voice for their job. For this week, we're dealing with something that could be very emotional, but just to let you know, we kept it pretty light. Reddit user Craig Zen said, "I wish heaven had visiting hours. I travel with Carley, Thorne, and John Richardson up that stairway to heaven." All right, we got another wish to talk down that's only a little bit morbid, but first, who are we talking with? We're talking with Carley Thorne.
Hi there.
And John Richardson.
Hello there. Thanks for having us, Maddox.
Oh, thank you so much for being here.
We love the pod.
Oh, yeah, we do.
What's today's wish?
Today's wish is, I wish heaven had visiting hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
let's go into this on a couple assumptions.
Yeah, first of all,
One, there is an afterlife.
listener,
For the sake of this wish,
Yes.
there is an afterlife.
Okay.
and listener, whoever you are, we're there for you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. You're going to get through it, and you are a strong person.
Love that.
Yeah, if you need any help, send us a message.
Now, see, I
More than
think
happy
you
to
guys
help.
are making an assumption here that someone has lost a loved one and want to visit them, and not just a dead,
You want
dead
they,
celebrity.
Yeah.
A
They
dead
want to go
celebrity that
steal
just-
God's secrets?
Yeah,
Still
I
that
originally
secret.
thought it was just a visiting hour so you could go and just know what heaven is. Like, that's
Oh, yeah.
what I thought. It's just you get to visit and be like, oh, so I know what heaven has in store. I know who's in heaven.
I was thinking even just going up there being like, I wonder who made it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jesus.
No one.
Hey, is Einstein up here?
Sorry, Jesus wasn't my answer.
Jesus.
That's my reaction to
Obviously.
You have to
Jesus.
turn this wish into a nerdy premise. I wonder
No.
what physical constructs are. All right, calm down.
No, I'll say, okay. I mean, obviously, yes. I think the most reasonable reason why someone would want to go to heaven would
Yeah.
be to visit a lost
Well, it
loved
also
one.
says visiting hours.
Yes.
So you have to
So
leave.
you don't have to die.
Yes.
is the idea. You get to go and, yeah, visiting hours. So let's say, 2 or 3 hours, maybe
Yeah.
once a week. What are visiting
So-
hours for?
Would you... I mean, depends on the place.
Yeah, like old
hosp-
folks' homes and
Prison
hospitals
is
probably
like
a
a
lot. I would say
month,
prisons.
right?
Prisons.
Prisons
once
is
a
short.
week.
Yeah, it's
Prisons
short. No
is short.
touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably limited to 5 to 10 minutes or something in
It's
prison.
very short, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the security.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
levels of security.
This
Some
is
you can-
all of us
some you
talking
can-
about TV shows we've seen, by the way.
Yeah, I'm like, well,
I've
Orange is
also
the New
listened-
Black.
I've listened to some documentary podcasts, and I feel like you can probably get at least an hour or two. Or actually, the old conjugal visits can be an overnighter.
Well, yeah, because you're in a trailer.
You're in a trailer.
Yeah.
You take special.
I'm assuming it's
special-
not prison, though, because it's not, like, heaven wouldn't punish.
What if heaven was prison?
Heaven was a punishment.
They just come out in orange jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Brrr,
Now I'm
clang.
scared to die. Now I'm scared to die.
Again, some people, like, if prison is what it's supposed to be, it would be prison to some people. It'd be like,
Yeah.
if it was like you go up there and you're like, I can't swear, I can't drink, I can't gamble.
Well, then that's
But I
not
think
to
good.
church on
God's
Sunday.
cool. That's the thing. Like, if it's my heaven, I can do that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
If you're the god,
If I'm God.
The
like
definition
cool.
We're
of
all
heaven
saying
is,
fuck.
everybody's happy, right?
yeah.
But that's
so everyone
okay.
has
Well, let's
their
not
own
get into
personal
let's
heaven.
not get into the definition
Okay,
of heaven.
you're right. Let's just
We're
make
getting
it. Let's
sidetracked.
call
We're
it
getting
the
sidetracked.
afterlife.
Yes. Let's simplify it to the afterlife. So we'll just
whatever
say
that means.
this is an afterlife, but it's for all good people, and they're all happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least reasonably happy. Like
Yeah.
they're content at the
And
minimum.
regardless of religion or whatever, if you,
Oh, yeah, we're not-
I mean, I certainly know some people interpret Revelations to mean that heaven happens after the end of the world.
Oh, and everyone's just in
Souls
limbo
don't
till
leave
then?
Earth until
Yeah.
after Jesus returns, and then he takes the good souls with him.
Jeez.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then heaven would start in the future, is my understanding of certain interpretations.
So there's certain interpretations. Does that mean there's lots of ghosts in that interpretation?
Yeah,
Oh.
tons of ghosties. Or they're locked into their bodies.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Oh my God.
Well, it doesn't mean you're aware.
I don't
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
but still.
He brings them back to life and takes them to heaven.
Then they're all rotted
Yeah.
and smelly.
Okay.
So let's circle back. All right, so the basic terms are, let's give it once a week,
Okay.
maybe 3 hours
Sure.
Yeah, that's
to start with. We can pre-adjust it if our costs end up too bad, all right? But we'll start with once a week. You can go to heaven, 3 hours,
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Perfect.
and visit anyone who's up there,
It's
whether
visiting
they're
hours,
loved ones
as
or...
long as they agree to visit you.
Oh, okay,
Just
so
like
it's both
prison.
ways,
Yes.
for sure.
If you piss somebody off, they can say, sorry, no. Sorry, no. I'm not giving another concert to you. I'm Jimi Hendrix.
So what do you think about celebrities, though? Do you think celebrities would
That's a
want to
great
meet
Jimi Hendrix
people from
impression.
Earth and catch up with them?
Depends on the celeb.
Yeah. And I also think if you're a celebrity, you have relatives and friends that are still alive. I'm not going to waste
wanna
my
waste your
time. I'm not
once
going
a
to
week,
waste my
yeah.
once a week on some person that likes my music.
Yeah.
If they are old enough that all of their living relatives are no longer living relatives, like you go full generations back,
Okay.
they probably would be like curious and be like, all
Okay,
right,
well, I'm Beethoven. And
Yeah.
I'm dead, and none of my family members are alive.
Yeah.
Am I going to meet with Carley Thorne, a Toronto person? Or am I going to meet with like a professor of classical music studies
Well, I
or
mean,
something like that?
he's like,
Can he hear again in heaven?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, if he wants to.
Can he understand all languages in heaven?
I'm assuming that it's a good, like the Good Place. Everybody's
Yeah.
speaking their own language, but everybody understands everybody's languages.
That's perfect. You know
Right?
what? It's the good place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with
But
the good
except for
place.
the twist, yeah.
Except
Yeah.
for the twist.
Yes.
No,
Which-
no spoilers.
No
Yeah,
spoilers.
no
No spoilers.
spoilers.
There's no twist.
Yeah, except for it's the exact premise the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's just the first episode premise of The Good Place.
Anyway, the reason we called you all here is watch The Good Place.
Yes.
It's terrific.
It's
they're
really
paying
good.
us to say
I
that.
actually,
This episode is sponsored by
I
The
had a
Good
friend
Place.
recently that I said, second season's even better than the first. And they were like, it's a second season? Because season 1 is only on Netflix.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
didn't realize that it's a continuing show. And season 2 had just ended.
I mean, it's more common for a show to continue than just
not.
stop for no reason.
But I think people that
It ended on
go Netflix, you just get in that headspace. Here's what I'm going to throw out here as a consequence. First off, first thoughts, best thoughts.
Sure.
Heaven has visiting hours, but it's the same 3 hours a week for everybody in the world. So you got to line up and hope.
Ooh.
You got to line up and cross your fingers that you're going to get in. And there's plenty of kiosks, but I
Right.
mean,
You just got to be there for a while.
yeah, there's more living
Can you
people than
line
there
up
are
early?
dead people.
Like, can you camp out and line up the day before?
Is that true?
yeah.
Oh my god.
There are more people living on Earth than there have died in history. I think that's correct.
I don't think that is.
I think it might be.
I think it's close. I think it's tight.
Look into it.
I will look into it.
This
I
episode
heard
is sponsored by dead people.
someone said on a podcast earlier I was listening to today that 107 billion people have ever lived. I think that's going back to like Homo sapiens. I don't know where they got that number. They just threw it out.
They
so,
made it up.
So you're
They may
saying
have
you have,
made it
to,
up.
you have to line up. Okay.
But yeah, like, can you camp out? Like, the moment last
that
week's
sucks.
hours are done, can you get like a little tent and be like, all right, I want to visit mom?
Well, then you'd still be staying in heaven, wouldn't you?
To be away, my mom's fine. But this is a hypothetical mom.
Okay, you can line up, but it's astral projection, right? So you're leaving your body behind undefended.
Oh,
I like
I
that.
did not realize this was astral projection.
Yeah, I didn't think. I thought your
100%.
body was
no,
there.
No, the body can't stand on clouds.
Okay. Well. Okay. So it's astral
Yes,
projection,
that
but it's
is the
also
least
clouds.
believable part of this.
It's
yes,
still
it's all
clouds.
clouds. Yeah.
So yeah, so for that if you go during visiting hours, that 3 hours, your body's protected because that's heavenly rules. It's visiting hours.
Okay.
If you astral project to get in line early, cross your fingers, buddy.
I mean, I feel like I would be pretty safe most of the time, unless like carbon monoxide leak or something.
Well, also you're saying you camp out at the very end of last week's visiting hours.
Yeah, and you can't leave
no.
your body for
You're
a full week.
peeing
Not for a whole week.
yourself.
Yeah, I gotta pee
you
myself
smell.
out.
Well, you're gonna die of dehydration.
Okay, well,
That's a good way to
neither here
control
nor
the
there.
line. Yeah, so it's more of a
Yeah.
risk than a.
Although you could build a machine. I guess it would just be an IV. You
catheter.
could build a machine where there would be hoses going into you. That's an IV.
Yeah, it's everyone in comas. Yeah, you could just do the coma thing.
That's true.
Actually, yeah, you could just like if you went in line while you were at a hospital, just be like, I'm feeling funny, astral project, and everyone's like, he's in a coma, and they
Yeah.
take care of you. And we're in Canada, so that's free. I mean,
All right,
you
not
can't
bad.
work. You can't work that week, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sticking, but I feel like that's a pretty good trade-off.
Okay, I have mine.
This lineup thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is you can visit your loved ones
Sure.
in heaven.
But only your loved ones?
You can visit other people too, but my catch is coming with the loved ones. Maybe it is only your loved ones. You can only visit somebody that you knew. And you get to see the life that they are building for themselves in heaven without you in it.
Ooh. And it's probably better.
Can they
'cause it's
see
heaven.
you? You just see them like you're looking through a window at them, or you talk
you
to them?
can talk to them, but it's one of those things, when you talk to like a childhood friend, and
It's
you're
awkward.
like, we have history, but there's just something not here anymore.
We've grown apart.
Yeah.
Like, are you visiting them in their heaven house with all their pictures of their heaven babies and
and
heaven
you get
friends?
to meet their and you meet their heaven friends, and it's like they're all nice to you, but it's like kind of they have like a certain contempt for you because you're living.
Yeah.
You're
You're
just
not-
talking about hula hoops and all the earthly
And they're like,
things.
oh, I remember hula hoops.
Yeah.
Now I speak every single language, and every food tastes exactly how I want it to taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we swim in rivers of honey.
Yeah, and it's
Gross.
great.
No, but it's
But
like,
you're-
it's
but you're not
nice
But in
though.
sticky.
heaven, it'd be good.
Oh, yeah,
in
it's real
heaven it'd be
viscous.
good. Yeah. So it's like you can visit your loved ones in heaven, but that you get to see the life that they're building without you, and they have a sort of contempt for you, and everybody in heaven does because you're like a living thing, and you're not in heaven.
Like defending your life. The Albert Brooks.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I remember when I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on Earth, not in heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody,
Fuck that
that's that movie. Everybody calls the newly deceased little brains because their brains haven't expanded to heaven size yet.
That's mean.
Yeah,
But that's
It
the
doesn't
truth.
really make sense
That's
though,
the
because
truth.
like there's not actual size. There's spiritual
but they
brains.
use more. You
It's
use
like
more
a
of your
metaphor.
brain.
It's like a
As
metaphor.
In the afterlife, you learn to
It's
use
like
more of your brain.
you're using
Oh,
the
did
full
they do the
like
10% of your brain?
I hate
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I hate that too.
yeah.
That fake fact. That's nothing.
It's a nothing fact. Doesn't make any sense.
But Luc Besson apparently thinks you can make movies out of it or whatever. Okay.
That's mine. I'll stick with that one for now.
Yeah, so yours is very much like, the visiting the old friend feel, but their
Yeah.
life is definitely better than yours.
And there's just like you just can't connect anymore. It's like you could be visiting your mom and you get to see her with her happy heaven husband, couldn't get that out, heaven kids, and you talk to her and it's like she remembers you and you have like that shared history, but there's just not that connection anymore.
Here's what I like about that.
Yeah.
Because that's fine. It would certainly make closure easier.
Oh, that's true.
But it would also be like, take the weight off your mind of, oh, there's an afterlife. Death isn't really a big thing. And then I would be like, I don't want to be one of these assholes living up in heaven, turning into a prick.
I'm gonna suck when I die.
So then brings back the fear of death.
Oh, brings
Just
fear of
brings
death
it right
hard.
back.
Brings it right back.
Which I
You're
like.
Like, you'd almost stopped fearing death because you're like, oh, heaven exists and it's real and
then
I
you're
can
like,
go there.
oh god,
But,
if,
they're
I'm just gonna
insufferable.
be a total suburban douche if I.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to circle back to just one thing that Carly said offhandedly. You said that your heaven mother is going to be with her heaven husband. I'm just thinking now in my brain the scenario of like, God forbid your parents died together in a crash. But they were together at the time.
You get reassigned.
Well,
they
I'm
get
just
their-
saying, they get up to heaven, you assumed your parents were still together,
They're
living
not.
their heaven life, and they're not.
No.
and
I
so
feel like that would be very common in this situation.
You think?
Well,
Yeah.
we're talking about how your brain expands to heaven size,
Right.
So it's not uncommon in a lot of marriages where it's like with old people,
Yeah.
they stay together because it's what they're used to and they feel safe.
Right.
So you get up to heaven and you're like, you know what? I've got another
wanna
1,000 years.
explore.
I don't want to do
I want to
this.
start learning again. I want to
Yeah.
start growing. Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a really tough way to learn about your parents' divorce is like you go to a sign, like you wait in line or whatever, and then you go to heaven and you're like, all right, I want to visit my mom and my dad, and like, well, which
you
one
gotta pick
first?
one.
Or
Which-
would it
which one
be
first?
emotionally freeing to go, you know what? Maybe I am holding on to worldly things a little too tightly. Maybe I need to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to not
I should
put
be
such
happier
a,
for them.
Yeah.
But then that also brings back if your heaven mother is with her heaven husband, you die. Your
Let's
significant
call him
other,
Herb.
Herb, yeah, she's living with Herb. Okay, so your husband dies or your wife dies. You get to go visit them, but they're in love with someone else.
Right.
So you're hung up on them.
And they're definitely better than you because they're the
they're
heaven version
better
of
than you, and your significant other loves them more. Like you know that they do, because you're like the high school like boyfriend or girlfriend, and the heaven husband or
Right.
wife is like the college or university. They're much cooler
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's again not a good way because you're definitely saving up. You're definitely wishing on this because you want to go visit them, and then just to have them definitely have moved on from you.
Is a lot.
You went through genie magic to get to them, and then they definitely don't care about you
Yeah.
anymore.
I mean, it's almost as if no one's thought through heaven.
Yeah, it's true.
It's almost
Yeah.
It's almost as if there's some problems with this idea.
Everyone just pictures it as a still frame of happy. But yeah, if their lives continue, they're going to change.
Yeah, everyone's changed. Life
Everyone
is change.
changes.
It's not life if things aren't
is
changing.
Change. Afterlife, after change.
Yeah, just more change. We'll change afterwards.
What do you got, Maddox?
I do have one. Okay, so here's my idea. So I'm opening it up because I think some people might want to visit celebrities and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm saying you can go to heaven.
Yeah.
Anyone who has lived, right? You can go and visit them.
I love it.
And yeah, it's like that once a week, 3-hour visit. But forever, how much time you spend meeting this person in heaven, someone you don't want gets to spend time with you too.
Okay, when you die.
No.
Oh, in life.
Like in life.
Share. Like as soon as you're done, like you get to spend like 3 hours.
Sorry, Cher. I pictured Cher coming to spend time with you. If you hate Cher, she'll come knocking on your door.
Yeah, Cher decides she doesn't like you, and so you spend some time with your mom, and then as soon as you're done, you immediately have to go visit Cher for as long as she wants.
And she's doing her Broadway production in heaven, and you have to watch all of it.
Just for you. Like she's doing a personal show that she wants notes on. So you have to watch and give good feedback.
She can't take notes. So you have to give her notes.
But she can't take them.
She hates them.
And like she hasn't been keeping up her voice since she died.
Yeah.
By the way, just for the listener, as far as I know, Cher has not died yet.
No, Cher's alive. Cher's doing a show on Broadway right now.
Yeah. She's still in Vegas, isn't she? Is she on Broadway?
She's moving to Broadway. I remember because I saw a tweet, and she's taking over the same theater that the beautiful play Angels in America was at.
Sure.
And it says like it's got the kiosk on Broadway, and it says Angels in America, and it's like a beautiful story about living as a gay man with AIDS.
Yeah.
And then underneath it says Cher's back, bitch. That made me laugh a lot.
It kind of sounds like Cher is a terrible thing that happens.
Cher's back.
I was hoping that they'd partly changed the sign. It was just Angels in Cher-America.
Cher-America.
Cher-America,
yeah.
She's also in Mamma Mia 2.
Right. So she's doing
Here we go
fine.
again.
Yeah, she's in that trailer, and she's like, "You think they'd have a party without me? Party without me?" And you're like, "Oh my god, who let this lie in?"
I saw that movie.
Yeah.
And
She is crazy auto-tuned.
I love that.
Everybody else is like the whole joy of that movie is,
it's a family
it's
singing
a
film.
Family thing for old people to watch and oh, this is music from my childhood, and everybody's a bad singer.
Yeah, like in the
or
original,
like an okay singer.
Yeah.
And it's just like the joy of singing. And then she comes in and it's so pre-recorded and auto-tuned. And her song is with Andy Garcia, who is not auto-tuned.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've got questions about yours.
Sure.
So, a person that you don't like gets to spend time with you in regular life or in the afterlife?
It's the same sort of experience where you're sort of like you're meeting each other and you're just sort of trapped with them.
What about this? Okay, so you're going to the afterlife to visit a celebrity or somebody that you looked up to.
Sure.
You get a visit from somebody you don't like from pre-birth, from like a soul that hasn't been born yet.
Oh, and you got to explain life.
One step down.
Like future, like about to be.
It is going to be some soul that's annoying to you, but yeah, you got to be like, you're the celebrity because you're alive. So you got to be like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you just walk around, you eat, and they're like, you eat?
What? So you basically become the orientation for a new soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't going to remember you because babies don't remember anything.
Correct.
But you still have to explain it to them.
And you have to deal with the...
For 3 hours explaining what life is to a baby.
And just like
that hasn't been born.
Famous person meeting a fan, every one of them says the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh. So like they're just going to have questions about breathing and eating and all the normal day-to-day functions, just like a fan would be like, what was it like to act with this person?
Has any celebrity ever said like something that they would like fans to talk to them about? Because I think about that all the time.
There is an amazing interview that you can find with Mila Kunis.
Okay.
She was doing one of those big press junkets for the Wizard of Oz film that she was in.
Sure.
Okay.
The Great and Powerful Oz.
Correct. That is the one. And basically she gets paired up with a very nervous first-time interviewer who is he's messing up because he's just nervous. Of course. He got paired with Mila Kunis and doesn't know
like the Chris Farley character.
He's just sweating.
Yeah, basically he doesn't know what he's doing. And at one point he starts like he's apologizing to her and she's like, no, these things are ridiculous. I know all the questions you're supposed to ask. I like that you're asking different questions. I know you have to ask these questions. So here's all my answers. She just reads off all the answers she normally gives to all the stock questions and then goes, all right, so what do you want to talk about? And like he invites her out to a barbecue with his mates. He's like a British guy.
I love that.
And she just loves it so much. She's having so much fun. That is like the best interview.
Okay.
That's great.
I think celebrities want you to go off script and act like a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's dumb and unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
That's how the people in heaven want you to treat them too.
Yeah, just like
Invite
people.
them to your barbecue, but they're too cool for your barbecue.
Oh God, they have cool barbecues with their new friends.
They would have all the extinct meats at the barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dodo is so succulent.
I'm getting lost. So, okay, yes, I remember now. Yours is the 3 hours. Every moment you spend in heaven, you have to spend an equivalent moment with an annoying person.
Yes, basically. Someone who wants to spend time with you that you do not want to spend time
Right.
with.
Yours is
You visit you can visit your loved ones in heaven.
Yeah.
But you get to see how much better their lives are without
Yes.
you, and they're assholes.
yeah. So it's you're not going to get the satisfying thing
No.
you want
No.
from it. Which is again like meeting celebrities. It's never a good idea.
No, it's never going to be as good as you want it to
Yeah.
be. They're not going to be your friend.
because you don't know what you want from them. So how could they give it to you?
Yeah.
And mine is just you can go visit in heaven, but everybody has the same visiting hours, so you got to wait in line.
Yeah, yours is just lines, basically.
Well, it's not just lines. It's also
You might not get in.
Yeah, well, you got to keep trying until you eventually get in.
Yeah, yours is kind of like those radio phone-in contests,
Yeah.
which are like, I don't know why they run them that way. There's got to be a better way.
Well, they just want listeners.
But like, I get that part.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And I get the random call-in
And
contest. Like,
that's God is the same.
He just wants listeners.
Honestly, he's got that fight with Satan. Every listener is a soul.
Yeah, and it's like when the Kardashians got like in that big Twitter fight, and it was obviously staged just so people would care about them.
God is the Kardashian of heaven.
I want to gripe about radios for a second. Okay. This call-in contest. Okay. So I get the idea of like, sometimes they have ones like, when you hear this song, remember to call in. And
Yeah.
they don't tell you, they tell you that song in the morning and then you can listen all day and you call in when you hear it. Mm-hmm. I get that. I don't like the ones that are like, call in now and we're going to accept caller 104 because we're station number 104. So they have to answer the phone 104 times and 104 people have to call them and use the phone lines. What's the point of that? It's terrible. It's a terrible system. It means that they have to constantly answer the phone and you have to get a busy signal.
Because there are crazy people that listen to the radio and have been for years. If they just said, we'll take the first caller, there would be the same person calling in every time with speed dial, and they'd figure out some system to always be the first one in.
Or they can do like a skill testing question or something. So like you can call in and then a bunch of people get it wrong, and then you go to the person who gets it right. And it's a different person because someone's going to know different things.
Sometimes they do that.
yeah.
They'll do a trivia question. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I just do not like these ones where they're like caller number, really high number.
Well, sometimes people do things that don't make any sense.
It's true. And I hate them every time they do.
I don't hate that. I think to me it's like the lottery. It's like, oh my God, my number came in, you know?
Well, they also have like a whole bunch of lines, so they could just do it in the sense of, and we're going to take whoever ends up on line number 7.
Yeah.
Because they have like 10
But
lines.
that's not catchy. Caller number 7 is much catchier.
Then just line 7?
Yeah. We're going to call like whoever ends up on line 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a game of chance. I'm going to wait. Because, people
You can't wait. That's just as much a chance.
That's how people think. But that's what people think. It's like, okay, well, if they're taking number 10, I'm not going to call right now. I'm going to call in like 10 seconds. Let's go.
So people feel like it's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I still don't like the
Here's the thing.
people.
I get that the radio still exists and this still happens. You're fighting a fight that doesn't need to be fought.
It's true.
It's going to die on its
online
own.
versions. It's going to
Nobody
die soon.
cares.
I mean, I'm still mad at things from history, though, so it's not going to change for me. I'm still going to be mad.
I think we're all so mad at things from history.
You
if I
can
go to heaven,
complain about those
there's no radio in
things.
heaven, guys. Do you hear about that?
Unless people are...
Angels don't use radio.
Angels don't... What do they do?
Podcasts.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks out.
In mine, there is radio in heaven. You have to listen to the worst radio the whole wait.
Oh, that's the wait time?
Yeah.
That's just like
What's
bad
the worst
music?
radio?
Any radio.
Okay, so this is what I'm imagining. Have you ever been in like an Uber at 3 a.m. And they're just putting on like 99.9, just like the most, like it's just the basic radio station pop hits.
Yes.
But if it's on a Saturday night at 3 a.m., they're always broadcasting some random party happening somewhere. And they're like, oh, we got a lot of Brazil ladies out here in Scarborough. Unsa, 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 unsa. And then it's like Despacito. But then
I see what you're saying. So it's all on location. It's a radio station of only on location.
Yeah, dance hits. So it's worse remixes of already remixed dance hits.
Yeah, it's bad quality. The
and
DJ's there.
The DJ's just trying to get people to come to this party. Ladies getting free. This girl knows what I'm talking about. And you're like, you're on the radio.
I mean, that is enough to make me not want to take Johns right there. That would kill it.
I mean, I don't think it needs that to make
No,
it,
it doesn't.
it
It doesn't.
I think just the waiting and the not knowing whether or not you're going to get in
That's a lot. Yeah.
is plenty. It's like waiting in line for theater tickets.
Yeah. You're like,
You know what I mean? Where you're like, I might get it, but it's
I'm
like
waiting,
a 5%
wasting,
chance.
Yeah. All right, we did some tangents, so I'm going to do a quick recap again. So John's is you have to wait in line and you might not get in. Carly's is you can reconnect with them, but they've all moved on and have better lives and do not really care about yours anymore. And mine was for all the time you spend with someone you want to spend time with, someone you don't want to spend time with that wants to spend time with you gets spend time with you. That was a mouthful. I'll find a more concise way to describe that later.
Yeah, we will.
But which one of these do we feel like might be balanced and we want to go forward with?
Balance.
They're all fairly balanced.
Yeah.
I think, Carly, yours is too awful for me.
Yeah.
I think I got to say no to that right off.
I worry there that, like, is that the person I want to meet then? Are they a different person now?
Yeah, it'd be good for closure, but I also think I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it would be closure because you'd hate all your loved ones and sully their memory.
No, you know what? Fair point. I went a little too hard. It was a little too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the most balanced one, I think I would go with John's.
Yeah, 'cause I don't like lines. I'm very anti-line.
No, I'm anti-line, but I think the theater ticket metaphor or comparison is what sold it for me because people do that.
It would be amazing, and you're like, oh my God, I get to spend 3 hours with my mother or whoever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I'm thinking about it like it's like the Hamilton lottery where it's like you enter every week.
Exactly.
And you know like 10% are going to get it. You don't know if you're going to get it or something like that.
You just have to show up and take your
chances.
chances.
And you know it's like, you know what? But if I do get it, it's going to blow my mind. It's going to be amazing.
And I've got something to talk about with everybody for the rest of the week. You're never going to guess.
Oh, you've got to go to heaven. You got to go.
I got into heaven. They got dinosaurs.
I think we are going to have to nail down the approximate odds that it is every time. Like, not saying that like it's always going to be exactly like 1/4 the time, but let's ballpark it to.
Let's say it's 2%. That means if you go every week, you'll probably get in once a year. Yeah, if you go every week for 3 hours, you'll probably get in once a year.
You know what? I'm going to give longer visits then. I think to balance it out, then you can spit in the whole day. Because
that's tough. 50 days to get 1 day.
Well, how long were you giving for the visit? For the visit,
you still have to wait. How long do you have to wait?
Oh, yeah, that I don't know about.
Let's stick with the original.
Yeah, I think 3 hours is good because you're not losing your whole day.
Because when I could fit 3 hours, I thought that's how long the visits were going to be.
I think it's both.
Okay,
you got to wait 3 hours, but if you get in for that 3 hours.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's not how I originally pictured
it. You think
it.
You get in, you just get that amount of time?
Whatever's left.
Yeah,
that's worse though.
That's worse. I wouldn't take that.
And also because like
unless the odds are better.
You don't think people are going to give up their slots early if they get in. Like, if you're getting in late, that's probably because someone finished and you're taking their slot.
That's true.
And that's not going to happen.
No, you're right. You're right. Okay.
So that's fine. I'll take that then. It's whatever's left because it's not really, there's rarely going to be a time when there's anything left.
Yeah, so I don't
I think you're right. Heaven's got a system.
Okay.
They've got a system. We're going to get through our line of people in the hour before, and then we'll let you know who got in.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So you have to wait in line for 3 hours.
So yeah, it's a 3 hour wait with a 2% odds.
Yeah. But you get a 3 hour visit if you get in.
With your dead loved ones.
With whoever you want.
Well, with celebrities too, if they want to meet
you. If you want, yeah, whoever you want to visit, yeah.
One person though.
One person.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think to wait 3 hours every week and get one visit per year on average, and then only have that visit be 3 hours. But then again, maybe a whole day is like too much time. You'd get bored of that time with the wrong person.
I think 3 hours is a good sweet spot. If you can only meet one person.
Because if you do 3 hours, you've still got the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like
to brag about how you got to meet.
No. I mean, if you go for 3 hours and you don't get in, your day's not ruined.
No. So I was thinking
how
about
long is the visit?
How long is the visit? I was thinking of giving more visit. I was thinking it's a 3 hour wait every week with the 2% odds of getting in. But if you get in, it's like a whole day.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do for you because I like you.
Yeah.
It's 3 hour visit, but you can change people every hour.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to visit 3 people, you can.
Once you get your visit on your 2% odds, which will average about once a year.
All right.
Yeah.
We've really crunched a lot of numbers on this. And
I think it's as specific as it's going to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think math can only help this podcast. So yeah, let's start breaking down those numbers. John, it's your wish. Let's see would you take this wish?
Yeah, I think so. I think even if I didn't have a loved one in heaven, I might still go for 3 hours on the odds of like, you know what, I'm going to meet some cool people.
To complicate this, I think you have to go every week and try. Because otherwise,
What?
this is a wish. This is one of those wishes that you could take and not use, right? And then so like the question of accept or reject this wish becomes sort of a non-issue. So what if you had to go every week and try? At least
you have to go until you get it at least once.
At least once, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you luck out and get it the first time,
Yeah.
you can decide whether or not to keep going.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's one of those things that you're going to want to keep going after you get in.
Oh, going to heaven is like heroin.
Yeah.
The juice just being there, man.
Why doesn't the church put that on their bumper
The
stickers?
juice. That's what they put.
I'll say the heaven is heroin.
They love OJ.
Yeah.
The church loves him.
Yeah.
Anyways, Maddox.
Heaven is the heroin of the afterlife.
Yeah. So you'd take that still. If you just had to go at least once, you have to go until you get in once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carley, what about you?
Okay, here's the thing. Right now, I would say no, but I think my answer would change as I aged and I knew more people that died. Because right now, the only people that I know, like loved ones or anybody that I really care about that have died, are like my grandparents, and they were like kind of racist and mean. So I don't want to go see them. But then if like my parents died or my friends died, then I would want to hop in on that line.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wait every week
Yeah.
to get in for a year if I'm not going to see anyone, and I don't need to see celebrities.
Yeah, there's no dead
I'm gonna
celebrities,
say-
historical figures.
Yeah.
I think the yes and no we're saying, by the way, now that I think about it, for this to make sense, you are thrown into this world. Do you yes go and do the 3 hours waits, or do you no not? You know what I mean? We're not saying yes, I want to exist in this world or not. Because you're right, then you could just say, I'm existing in this world and we get an extra bonus choice.
Yeah.
The choice is, would you go wait in line?
Yeah, that's why the wish is, the genie is telling you this is the scenario and you have to go at least
Okay,
once.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing with your parents, where when you don't call them, they get really angry? Do your
Oh my God,
relatives
yeah.
get angry if you
If
don't
it
go and
takes-
visit them?
If it takes more than a year, they're pissed.
Then no. Because then it would be like, you're dead and you're still riding my dick to talk to you.
Mom, why don't you go to super heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The heaven
I
above
wish you
heaven.
went to hell.
I've
Just
got
kidding.
Some similar things with Carly with like, I don't think I have enough loved ones who have passed away yet, which is
It's
great.
good. It's a
great.
good
It's a good
thing,
place
yeah.
to be.
It's weird that we didn't touch on hell at all, right?
Well, see, that was kind of the way I was thinking of mine at first, was like, you got to spend time in heaven and then you'd have to spend time
In hell.
basically, for the equivalent amount with,
Okay.
that's what the annoying person is basically a hell for me. Like a person who wants to spend time with me that I don't want to spend time with is my own hell.
But I mean, hell's probably worse than that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very physically and emotionally
Yeah, like if
painful.
you want to, if it's physical and emotional pain.
All right, the
3
room's
hours-
40 degrees Celsius and kind of humid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, hell.
Yeah. Maybe I just have a low tolerance for pain and discomfort. That's a possible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to take
Nope.
it either. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you? So you did though.
I do, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I mean,
Do you have it? Like, I guess.
no,
Okay.
but it's like a new thing to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I think the only reason I'm saying no is because I don't line up for anything anyways.
I do hate lines
Like,
as
hate
well.
it's like I don't
Lines.
line up for when TIFF came. It's like I looked at all those
Yeah.
people in the lines and I went, "You idiots!
You're right.
You
know
dumb
what? What am I
dumbs."
talking about? I'm going to wait 3 hours for heaven and I'm loath to wait an hour for ASCAT? Come on.
Because let's
Yeah.
add this up. Because if you're saying about once a year, that's at least 150 hours on average per visit. 150 hours of
I
waiting.
don't want it to exist because I don't want to feel like I have to do it when I don't want to do
That's
it.
another good point.
Yeah, that's the thing. People will.
Oh, you're one of those assholes that doesn't line up to see your loved ones?
Oh.
They're dead. They died.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
saying no.
I don't
I'm
thi-
saying a hard
I don't
no.
think I want this anymore.
Okay.
Are you
know what?
sure?
Does
Yeah.
that mean we have to keep going and find
I think we do a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We got to keep going a little bit and find a balanced situation.
Yeah.
So heaven has its visiting hours.
So we could interpret this as, I mean, we talked about it very much on like focusing on the visiting someone, and we had some trouble with that because there's a lot of guilt in that, and there's a lot of issues with picking who and who do we want to go. But what if this was very much focused on heaven has visiting hours, like college has that visiting week where you go and you get to see how cool
You
everything
can just
is.
check out heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And like you get to go on all the heaven rides.
Yeah.
You get to like taste their food and experience it all.
Yeah. So then I think we can go back to what we were kind of doing as the off-put of mine, where heaven has visiting hours, but you have to spend equal time in hell. And
You know
again,
what?
for the wish, it's minimal.
I think that's such a simple way to put it.
Yeah.
That should be the thing.
I know we went on a whole lot of journeys here. They were a lot of fun.
And we had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
You know what? We almost got there, and then we went,
Yeah.
no.
We had a lot of fun, and we got worried about guilt. We got worried about guilt
Yes,
from
I bring that in
dead loved
everywhere
ones.
I go.
As long as you visit in heaven, you have to spend the equal amount of time in hell.
Yes.
Without knowing what hell is going to be like.
And 1 hour minimum on both.
Yes.
Because that's,
Okay.
again, so that people don't take it and not take it.
And it's specific to your own personal hell.
And
It's
hell's
not-
second.
Yes.
Oh, of course,
yeah.
of course.
So you can't recover from it or be like, I'll just get through this and then I'll have to have a... No.
Yeah, hell's second.
And I would say hell's second, and also hell is one of the, it doesn't have any clocks. So, you have to spend an hour there or 3 hours or whatever.
Right.
But you have no concept of when, I have no concept of time at all.
And I don't think we need to define hell because...
It's your own personal hell.
And it could be different every time.
Oh, I like that. I like
Because
that.
you could go, you know what, I'm going to go back to heaven. It was so amazing. I can put up with having fingernails on a chalkboard while somebody's slapping me in the face.
Yeah.
And you go back and it's like, oh no, now I'm being turned into a cheese dream.
I think you get assigned different demons and they all have their own methods and systems.
One of them, for example, might turn you into a cheese dream.
Or maybe get Mortron, who just describes his day to you, but really nasally and close talker. But a short close talker, so you have to bend your neck down.
You have a
You have
super
low
low
tolerance.
bar
I
for
cannot
hell.
believe this. Your hell,
Hell is
my
worse than
everyday.
anything that you get on here.
Okay, fine. The room is also 40 degrees Celsius and humid.
My brain goes immediately. It's like, okay, so my skin's getting peeled off while they're pouring lemon juice on me.
And they're telling bad jokes.
They're telling bad. It's an open mic, and they're just letting all of my high school enemies do a tight five on just how women be crazy.
Oh, that's bad. Okay,
Yeah.
let me try to do a bad hell. Let me try to do a
Open
bad
mic
hell.
is a good call.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not
you're
a fun
on
sitch.
a treadmill full of thumbtacks.
Okay. Yes.
On a hallway, and at the end of the hallway, there's a big red button that says stop. And if you can run on the on the treadmill on the thumbtacks long enough, and you get to the stop button, then it sprays you with acid.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
perfect.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Heaven.
And
I
the
did a hell.
room is 40 degrees Celsius and a little humid.
It's very humid,
Yeah.
thick. You can feel it.
Yeah. Although heaven is running on gumballs. And there's a button that reads go. And if you can get to the end of the gumballs and press it, you get a hug.
Yeah, and my heaven is you get exfoliated.
Yeah.
And you're at you're performing on stage and just killing. You could say you just go, guys, it's just me, and they stand up and give you an applause.
Yeah. And it's 40 degrees, but it's like a dry.
It's like a dry 40 degrees,
yeah.
and you've been
It's
cold
like a hug.
all day.
It's like a hug.
Yeah.
It's like a hug. Anyway,
We forgot to wrap up the last vote, though, so we need to do a vote on this.
Jesus.
I know. We'll do it real
Everybody
quick.
has
Here,
stopped
you know
listening.
what? If you heaven and hell, I say yes. I say I'd tried at least once.
Okay. I'm going to say no because I clearly have a very low tolerance for discomfort.
But wouldn't it made this might up your tolerance?
I don't think it would. I think
I'm
I'd
also
still
saying
list-
no because I hate unknowns. If I knew that hell was going to be the same every time, and I knew what to expect, I'd be fine with it. But I
Yeah.
don't like not knowing.
I don't like, but to me, I
Don't
like the
change your vote.
finiteness.
Okay.
Don't-
I was
No,
gonna
I'm
say,
saying
don't
yes.
change it.
I like that it's an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know
Set
what?
time. I
can get
Worst
through
case
this.
scenario, I can get through this. You know,
You're not going to die.
you're not going to die.
All right, so we got through it. We took some tangents. We got through it. So John is willing to take the wish. Carly and I are saying no.
No.
But what about you, audience? Would you take this wish? And are there any other wishes you'd like to hear us break down? Well, that's what we came up with, but we want to hear from you. Your wishes, your thoughts, whether you take this wish or not. You can find us on Twitter at breakawishpod, email breakawishpod@gmail.com, join the Break-A-Wish discussion group on Facebook, and you can support the show by writing a review, telling a friend, or donating on our website. Find all this information at breakawish.ca. For more John Richardson, you can check out his improv podcast where they recreate movies called That's How I Remember It. Find out more at that'showirememberit.com. For more Carley Thorne, you can find her on Instagram at Carley Thorne or on Twitter at Carley's Thorne. There's an S in the Twitter one. This is a Kicks and Giggles entertainment production hosted by Maddox Campbell, themed by Matthew Reed, cover art by Justin Langford, and a proud member of the Sonar Network. More podcasts at thesonarnetwork.com. Before I go, some wishes don't take a whole episode. I call these summary judgments. Taylor Nyanners on Twitter said, I wish I had a tongue like a Komodo dragon. Okay, cool tongue, but now you only like the taste of raw meat? Because that's what Komodo dragons eat. So, what would you wish for?
I gotta say, I love the premise. I don't know about you guys. I'm setting myself up to be very, very bad at this because I'm going to say that when I was a kid, I used to obsess about genie wishes.
Okay.
And like trying to think through what's the foolproof wish that nobody could bend on you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
that.
I would be thinking through, I want to be a shapeshifter. But okay, but he could make it so you can't shift back. He could make it so that maybe you shift, but it hurts your heart and you die.
All right,
you know
and now
I mean?
we're multiple decades later.
Yeah.
What is the best wish?
Oh boy. Well, for that one, here's the problem. This is why I would obsess about it and not sleep and just staring at the ceiling, because it becomes just a lawyer language wish where it's like, whereas physique is described as health, shape, size, and weight, I wish that I could change my physique at will with no consequences to myself or others in the negative. Including
vis-a-vis corpus.
There's more. There's way more.
All right, I'll just take your word on it.
I never did that. I was always a would you rather kid, and it was more just thinking of the two worst things and that nobody would ever want to do.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do bad things. I want to do at least one good thing, and then maybe a bad thing to make it not as good.
I want to see people's true colors. Like, who are you in your darkest moment?
Well,
she's a saw.
That is what we're trying to go.
She's a saw.
Yeah. Oh, you're a saw. You're a jigsaw.
You didn't know that before we came, right?
No, my tricycle's out front.
Oh, well, at least you'll make a speedy getaway afterwards. Then.
What's today's wish?
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.